Alright guys, TouchGrabber here, back again today, recording this Friday morning, also recording Saturday's video just after this one because I'm heading out for a pretty busy weekend, a difficult one to make videos in, so I'm taking a bit of a risk that tonight Dallas are going to be announcing CRIMSIX. Of course, by the time you guys are watching this video, that should have already happened. Dallas have been pretty good on their announcements on the whole, getting them dead on time. We're pretty damn certain it's going to be CRIMSIX, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it is. Illy was of course announced yesterday, going to be talking about those two announcements in today's video, and of course tomorrow going to do a Rostermania rating video for this Dallas team, looking a little bit more in depth here. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Like if you do, subscribe if you are new as always, I would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, let's hop on with a few things before we get into yesterday's Illy announcement, and also talking briefly about this CRIMSIX thing. Don't want to go too in depth of course, because tomorrow I do want to look at this whole roster in its entirety, and see what our expectations should be for this roster going forwards, as I'm sure you guys will leave your thoughts down below on tomorrow's video, maybe even today if you guys are feeling extra keen. Of course, Sensor did join the New York City team yesterday on the substitute bench, if you guys weren't aware of that. If you guys missed yesterday's video, then just wanted to run that past you guys as well. Thanks to a couple of people for pointing this out to me. Formal, no holding back right at this point. Just like that, we're live. Who else is excited for T2P to return? Of course, we know that Scump and Formal are going to be teaming on this Chicago team for a long time now, alongside RCT's Envoy and Gunless. We had this recent drama with Dashi from Los Angeles OpTic potentially wanting to leave, trading out for Gunless. But look, he's being pretty explicit that, yeah, TTP, it's coming back. Scump and Formal are returning. I'm sure a lot of you guys are excited for that, and the announcement should be coming soon. Wanted to play this video from CoD Toronto here. Not really sure what the hell's going on here. Difficult to explain. What is this? Anyway, the key note here, if there is any key note, is that the guy who's walking in the background is wearing a squirrel outfit. And the rumour for the Toronto's logo and the name is the Toronto Ultra. And within that logo, the U is shaped kind of by a squirrel with basically looks exactly like this. So, yeah, I don't really know what's going on here. Maybe this is going to be some sort of mascot for the team. Difficult to explain this one. But yeah, the launch party, October 24th, is when the team is going to be revealed. And we have a big roster on that team that's rumoured, right? A 10-man roster. Some Spanish guys, Looney, Methods, American Methods, not Spanish Methods. CleanX even has been brought into the conversation. So a pretty interesting team. Thought I'd run this past you guys as well. We saw some Royal Ravens merch when it first dropped. I wasn't too impressed by it. This is, I believe, it's a fan-only jersey, not the official matchday worn jersey of the Royal Ravens, but this is straight fire. I might have to cop one of these. The 6th Raven is quite a cool little concept. I believe the 6th Raven, there's the folklore related to the Tower of London is that if 6 Ravens aren't guarding it at all time, then London will fall into ruin, basically, something like that. And also in football, at least in the UK, and soccer, the 12th man is considered to be like the fans. So you have 11 men on a soccer team, a football team, and the 12th man is meant to be the fans that are, pushing the team on, right? So the 6th Raven is kind of a similar concept, the fans behind the 5 players on the team. So really quite a cool concept. I like it. And, this jersey is just straight fire. There's no other way to put it. So I just thought I'd run this past you guys. Thanks to Atomic COD for pointing this out to me as well. I wonder if you guys have heard of Caused Pro, if you guys have been around a very long time. This guy called Caused. I thought this was kind of funny. He gets quite a lot of likes on this tweet as well. Silly was tweeting at him here. This is his attempt to get back in the Modern Warfare game. Just posting a load of scoreboards from back in the day, like Modern Warfare 3 times, playing against TP and that. I thought this was kind of funny as a way to try and get your hat in the ring, right? Posting some old scoreboards, playing against Clayster, Krauster, Egg, Sinister, these kind of guys, Sharp Ricky, Assassin on this one, and then Caused as well, 19 in 17, he goes, what a monster against TP Scum and said. So I thought this was kind of funny. You never know, maybe he'll get somewhere. I haven't heard of this individual, so I guess obviously I haven't been around long enough, but yeah, I thought this was kind of an interesting way to try and throw your hat into the ring. Let's go through this as well then before we get into the Dallas stuff. Activision has announced that COD Modern Warfare will not have loot boxes or supply drops ever, in a huge change. Now, look, this is their announcement. I'm not convinced that that's going to be the case. I am a little bit, wary, to believe what Activision says in this regard. I guess at the same time, like, let's have a look at this quick tweet here from Treyarch that Ali points out to me. This is great news for the community today. Kind of shows how the Treyarch, the developer, which would be Treyarch, and the publisher, which is Activision, they kind of have a disconnect, right? Treyarch has no control over what they put in their game. If Activision decides you're putting loot boxes in, at the end of the day, you're going to be putting loot boxes in. But they go back on what has been said here. I thought this is pretty interesting, so let's go through this Charlie Intel article here that I'll link down below. Hopefully that's the appropriate size. We're introducing a new Battle Pass system, not a loot box system. All functional content that has an impact on gameplay balance, such as base weapons and attachments, can be unlocked by simply playing the game, which is of course a good system. The game drops in just a week, guys, so I thought I'd run this past you. The Gaming Revolution talked about how bad the system was, and it does seem like they've gone back on that and backtracked a bit. At the end of the day, organizations have an obligation to make as much money as possible for their shareholders, but at the same time, that doesn't necessarily mean making as much money as possible in the short term through this loot box stuff. Hopefully, Activision are beginning to realize that there are long-term ramifications of having these loot box type supply drop stuff in your game, and it's driving players away from your game, and in the long term, obviously that's not good for profit. So being having an obligation to make as much profit as possible should mean that they should be looking as long term as possible, and hopefully this is a step in the right direction. There'll be both a free stream and premium stream of content in the Battle Pass. It'll feature a variety of cosmetic content that does not impact game balance. All stuff we love to hear. Whether it will be the case 3-4 months into the game, who knows, right? So it's not going to be in the game when the game launches October the 25th, focused on making day one experience awesome. It's important for us that everyone who's playing has the chance to work their way through the new game and unlock all the rewards. More questions remain, but yeah, thought I'd run that past you guys. It's a pretty interesting concept. Let's have a look at a couple of articles here that were written on Envy's official account kind of thing, well, on their website at least. Related to Hugo, I thought this was quite good. Instead of maybe playing the video for you guys, considering that's been having some copyright issues, thought I'd read out the things for the last couple of days. The Dallas team is owned and operated by Dallas-based esports group Envy Gaming. Hugo's competed professionally since 2016. All the way back then, he's been the golden child, right? The 19-year-old will relocate to Dallas full-time and train at the new Envy Gaming practice facility. Hugo was born in Saudi Arabia, if you guys didn't know that, and grew up in Arizona. I believe he also has, like, the Netherlands. There's some background there. Maybe he lived in the Netherlands for a while, because pretty sure he has that. He's had that flag at times on CoD Gamepedia. Is the youngest Call of Duty player ever to win an X Games medal. Prior to turning 18, he had great success in the Halo scene. Signing with Dallas continues Hugo's legacy as a professional player. Envy earns distinction as the most winning Call of Duty organizations in history, one of the most winning, and is the only team to appear in 4 Call of Duty Championship. Do they mean World Championship Finals? Is that what I'm looking for there? Because seems that was the case here. So anyway, let's move on to Illy's announcement, because this really is a big deal, to be honest. People were getting pretty damn hyped over this yesterday, and honestly for good reason. This is a kid that we've seen compete online for so many years now, and he's been a monster, right? He's hyped up so much. Simp was hyped up so much last season when he came into the scene and when he turned 18. And he delivered in spades, right, on the E United team, becoming a world champion, winning Miami, MVPs all round, like, just incredible breakout that Simp had this season. Probably the best player in the game, right, and he just started competing. Unbelievable. Now, Illy has an incredibly tough act to follow, right? People are going to be hyping up Illy so much now, given what we've just seen with Simp, that we've seen with Dashi and Celium and other players like that in the past, and probably the same thing for Shotzi, but Illy more so. A lot of pressure on this guy's back. It's going to be so hard for him to deliver as Simp did, right? It's just incredible that Simp managed to do what he did. Celium took a little bit of while to get into things. Maybe that'll be the case of Illy as well. We'll have to see, but this is just incredibly exciting. So, still 4 weeks shy of his 18th birthday, Illy has signed a contract to play on the starting roster at Dallas. You know, a bit of a risk, right, getting Illy and Shotzi onto your starting roster. One of the youngest players in the scene. Illy has been one of the most anticipated CoD players since he debuted in amateur competitions in 2017 at the age of 15. He played for the E United Cadets for a bit, and like, just incredible. So this guy is super excited to see him play. A lot of interesting thoughts here spied on the Reddit, so can't wait to see him play. Gotta be the most hyped up rookie in CoD history, just considering what's going on. Of course, a lot of pressure on his back, but I guess he does have the players on his team that are going to be suitable to help him along, right, and get him in the right frame of mind. it would be incredible if he manages to do what Simp did just within the first couple of events, winning the championship. Like, Simp only came into the ENI team latter half of the season and just completely took over the game and was an absolute monster. If Illy can do something similar, I wouldn't be overly surprised, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. The fact that we're going to have, you know, Illy and Shotzi on this one team, and, you know, they're going to be going up against Simp and Abizi on that Atlanta team. At least that's the rumor. Like, this is crazy stuff. Just wanted to share with you guys a quick clip here of Claystar back in the day, early Black Ops 4, talking about when, you know, what's going to happen when Simp, Illy, and Shotzi hit the scene.
Free for all.
Dude, once these kids start going to land, they're going to fucking actually be good, and it's going to piss me off.
Infiltrate, identify, and destroy.
Well, I don't know about Onyx, but Shotzi, Simp, and Illy.
Shotzi's fucking disgusting.
Yeah,
This guy is the fastest.
Shotzi's...
I've never been punched faster. I thought he was. Every time he punched me, I was like, dude, I just got one punch. No, I didn't. He somehow got a hit marker off.
And I feel like as well, because of Celium and Simp being so hyped up and doing so well, there's a degree to which Illy and Shotzi are even more hyped up as a result. And Illy being the best player online that we've almost ever seen. And like, honestly, if you guys have been watching Call of Duty online for a long time, especially back in the Black Ops 3 days when the S&D online scene was popping, like Illy's just been that guy, right? So it's going to be great to look at. This is the clip I just showed you, so pretty mental one. Let's go on to this real quick then. So I'm guessing by the time this video has been going live, CRIMSIX has been announced onto this team as well. Pretty sure it'd be a pretty sick announcement video. Of course, they saved it to last. He tweeted this out just this morning, so a masterpiece. It's almost time. So seems like he's going to be on that team as well. Claystar, Hook, Illy, Shotzi, and CRIMSIX. Like, that is a hell of a squad. One that I'm going to be very much looking forward to seeing, and one that really does create a lot of rivalries with other teams, right? We've got all the rivalries in the past. Claystar, JCap, you know, CRIMSIX, of course, against the old OpTic guys. The fact that Claystar, or maybe the Simp and Abizi, those guys decided not to team with Clay this season. They went elsewhere to form this weird god squad with, like, Maniac, Priester, and Celium, and Claystar was maybe left in the dust a little bit, or maybe that's the decision that Clay made, and now he's playing with Illy and Shotzi, and he has the chance to do it all again with these young talents. So an incredibly exciting couple of months ahead of us. The rivalries are going to be insane. Like, if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you are new as always. I would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, leave your thoughts on this down below. Tomorrow, going to do a Rostermania rating video for this team. And yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy that too. So yeah, thanks for watching as always. I will see you next time.